All right, it's Wednesday, December. You know what date it is? The 9th, I want to say. Out here in Midtown right now at the Cowo campus after the 1 Million Cups event. I'm here with one of the presenters. So, what's your name? What did you present today? And how was your experience?
Sure. My name is Fareed. I am from Smart Spinal Solutions, and I presented product LIA, which is a digital smart wearable for posture. Basically, vibrates when you have incorrect posture and reminds you to correct your postures.
All right, a correct posture is something that you wear on like your back. You've probably seen a few products already like that. People just wrap it around their back. Good posture, something posture, something I personally has experience in, always kind of being upright, back, shoulders down type of thing. The IP, so the intellectual property that makes your company unique, I would say, is probably the correction. So you said it vibrates.
It does vibrate, and the IP is on the three sensors that are two of them located on your shoulders and one is on your back.
All right, cool. Let's see. So that's the bag. That's that part. In regards to engineering, the three sensors, are you gonna personally put those gadgets in there, or is it you got to go to an inventor? Are you an electrician, getting all that stuff? How's that? Do you have a current prototype?
Yes, we do have a prototype. We do have people in engineering in our team. They're actually doing that, so we're not going to anywhere else, to be honest. And yeah, we have an R&D team which constantly develop that part of the things.
Okay, with the vibrating thing and correcting posture, when someone gets a shock or a vibrate, they're going to be, I would say, alerted and awakened to a point where, hopefully it's not painful. Is not quite painful.
It's just a vibration.
I'm sure you could up the ante a little bit, so it could be a little painful. So it could program people's mental to be in posture so they don't get shocked or whatever, right?
That's true.
Is that something you're considering?
Yes.
Doing something like that? That's psychology. That's a psychology
yes, that's the
thing.
point. That's the point. To be mindful of your posture.
Yeah, and then get that little shock as soon as you go, and then
Sure.
people get upright, and that's that. So, how did you find out about 1 Million Cups?
Well, I know a friend who knows Laura, so she told me about this, and I liked it. So I came to one of the events, and I liked it, and decided to pitch as well. So
All right, great. And how was your experience?
it was good. Yeah, I liked it. People gave good feedback and asked right questions. Some things I have already figured out that I will change in my pitch. So that was the goal of it, anyways.
And what's next for you?
Next is just come out for sales. So we're expecting to be out in February at Kickstarter, and then deliver it to the backers end of the next year, to 2020, and then work on the next version for 2021.
Kickstarter, February 2020. And what do people look forward to? What's the name of the company?
Product name is called LIA. So they just need to look for LIA.
Leah, there you go. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more from me. Thank you. It's Wednesday today. 1 Million Cups this morning was at Cowo campus. I'm here with Dan. He's when I pitched out 1 Million Cups earlier this year, back in March, he was my coach and mentor for that. And so, introduce yourself, who you are, what do you do, and how did you get involved with 1 Million Cups and becoming a coach, and how long have you been doing that?
So I'm Dan. I'm with the Lean Innovator. I founded the Lean Innovator, which is a sort of like a resource to help entrepreneurs basically build a customer base without having to spend a whole bunch of money and time up front. So I started creating that because I read a lot of the business books and the lean startup books, and they talked about do this with your customers and do this with your customers. I'm like, great. but where are the customers? Nobody could tell me that. And so I kind of got a little frustrated with that and decided that I was going to create my own process to find actual customers. And I'm happy to say that 3 years later, I know how to do that. And I love showing other people how to do that, because I feel like it was one of those things that it's a total showstopper to not know how to find customers. But once you know how to do it, I mean, it's certainly work and everything like that, but it doesn't have to be a mystery, a science. You don't have to be a magician to be an entrepreneur. Like anybody, literally anybody can do it. So the way I got involved with that is I was teaching people, and all of a sudden, well, I was going to different things. Like I was going to 1 Million Cups and going to like different events and just talking to people, teaching where I could. And it just sort of happened that the 1 Million Cups team asked me to be a part of that.
All right. Okay. And so the Lean Innovator, go check that out. Has great resources for sure. And how long have you been helping with 1 Million Cups?
About a year.
About a year.
A little less, maybe.
Maybe a little less than a year, really. Okay, all right. And you're a veteran, so when did this kind of entrepreneurial journey start?
So I was in the Army until 2009, and that's when I got out. It was 2009.
And started so 3 years ago, the Lean Innovator started that, so, right?
So
is that right?
Like what was I doing in between?
So it's 2019 now. 3 years ago was 2016. So, I mean, I guess if you want to get into from 2009 from when you got out the Army to 2016,
Yeah,
what
I
is
can
that,
cover
like
that.
5-7 years? Oh, you can cover that? All right.
Yeah, so I got out of the Army in 2009 and went to Baghdad and did some business there as a civilian, and I co-founded an internet service provider with an Iraqi partner, and that was for 2.5 years, and then my wife and I left Iraq and at the end of 2011, and then came back to California, stay with family for a little bit to get our feet under us, and then we started 2 cupcake shops in Roseville, and that led me to 3 years ago when I started trying to do other things, so building the Lean Innovator.
All right, wow. Okay, so we got some cupcake shops happening, some cupcake action happening there with your wife. Did you meet your wife in the service?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. And so that happened, the Lean Innovator, currently, all that kind of stuff. It brings us here, 1 Million Cups. Right now, currently, we're at Elk Grove. It's a co-working place in Elk Grove. And he's holding a workshop tonight at 6.
Yeah.
It's on the Startup Sack Digest calendar. If you're a part of that or not, you can go check that out as well.
We're going to talk about business basics, like how to get started in business.
Okay, great. And also, so I presented back in March. He was my coach, and he actually got a new thing going. The podcast that he presented this morning at CoWo campus, new podcast happening. How many episodes do you have? And what's your experience with that? And also, being a presenter.
Well, this is the name of the podcast.
Tao Te Ching.
Yeah. The Tao
Okay.
Te Ching for everyday living. So there's 11 episodes right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're about 25 minutes each episode, and
That's that. And so the
That's
Tao
pretty
Te
much
Ching,
it, yeah.
I'm thinking it's an Asian guy with some sunglasses on, the Fu Manchu, gray hair. So I mean, I'm thinking there's wisdom involved, of course, ancient Chinese stuff, music. Got some headphones on, some Dre Beats. What is that? What are those? Yeah, it is some Dre Beats. Or, some type of like wireless Bluetooth headphones that he got on. And so if you just see this card right here, there he is. On the flip side of that is a scanner code. So if they scan this, what happens?
they go to a website, and the website has basically links to the podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, and iTunes.
Okay, yeah, and it actually says on that little card right there, Ancient Chinese Wisdom for the year 2020. Okay. And for 2000, okay, so you about 25 minutes on average. You got a few episodes.
I have 11 right now.
11 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna
Okay.
release one episode every week.
Okay. Is there a website? Is it going to be on Apple or?
Yeah, it's already on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on Stitcher. My bad. And
Tao Te Ching, right?
yeah.
Okay, great. So Lean Innovator podcast. Anything else you really want to plug, or that's it for the time being right now?
Just you, man.
All right, great. Awesome. That's it. Thanks. Like and subscribe. Thank you.